Hello, so we have another Zuru Max Retro, and this one is going to be the Walkman, I guess, the portable tape deck and the headphones, and it looks like it has a little tape. So I've already done the Game Boy. I didn't buy the camera, I don't think, and I didn't buy the guitar and amp because I just wasn't interested in that. I don't think I didn't buy the camera because I have several other cameras. That being said, I do also have a tape deck and a tape from Brickcraft, I think, the MTV one. But let's go ahead and get started on this one. I have had these quite a while. I don't think they're available in the store anymore. Because I also have the arcade game. I actually have 2 copies of the arcade game. Normally these ones come off pretty good. This one is not wanting to come off. There we go. And then, of course, we have this one underneath. Alright. Here's the ball. I still don't know what people do with these. I only have 2 of them. I have a white one and I have another gold one. I guess you could paint them to look like a Pokeball, but I'm too lazy for that. So, these ones basically just come little pieces in one bag and big pieces in another bag. So, and I don't have my little cups anymore because I have them full of coins. And I haven't done anything with the coins once I separated them, so these pieces over here to the side. Just because these are very specific looking. Those there. Oh, there's another one of those. Just kind of rough sort. I haven't been doing this because a lot of the ones I've been doing recently haven't had a lot of pieces. That looks like something we're going to have to pop out. I used to sort everything, and like I said, because I've been doing a lot of stuff that doesn't have a ton of pieces, I haven't really been sorting. But this one's got quite a few pieces here, and they're very similar in color. So we got the blue and the black. Right there. I do know that the camera is on this time. Last week I messed up and didn't have the camera on when I started filming the book. Alright, this one has a lot of small pieces. This part's kind of boring. If you want to fast forward, it's okay. Okay, so we're sorted by color. I don't know how many of these are actually in frame, but you should be able to see most of it. All right, so we're starting with blue. So we need, looks like a 1x2, a 2x4, a 1x2, and a 1x4. All right. So here. All right, this is gonna go on here, here, and here. All right. Step 1. Step 2 has the sky. So it's a single dot here and 2 dots there. And then a flat 1x3. And where's 1x3? 1x3. Nope, not that one. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Ah, here we go. Right in front of my face. And then a 1x4, but a tall one. So this sky is gonna go here. This goes underneath. And then the whole shebang is gonna go here. So now we have this. The only thing I don't like about these flat pieces, they do look nice and pretty and smooth and finished, but man, do they get fingerprints all over. But that's okay. All right, next we got a smooth, oh, not that one, 1x4, a 1x2, and then 2 of these. So these have a dot on the top and a dot on the side. And we're going to take this guy and the dot, the single dots are going to go on the end. And then this guy is going to go in the middle. There we are. And it shows it like this. So we're just going to assume that it's going to stand up. And then our next one is 2 1x4s, little flat ones, and they're going to stack together and on the bottom of this guy. All right, so there. Next, okay. Now we need these. So these are one buys, but they have a hole in them. Then we need 2 of these little sticks, and then a tall 1x2. So the stick, so we have this round part with the slice, and then we have this cross. The round part goes in the hole until it kind of snaps. And then we're going to take this guy again and we're going to put this 1x2 here, and these are going to go like this. So now we have this. This looks like it's probably going to be where the tape sits, because these look like the little things the tape would spin on. So we're going to take another one of these. So this one has the dot on top. Oh, and then we're going to do one with the dot inside. So see, these are a little bit different. And then just a plain 1x. So we're going to take the one that has the dot on the inside. We're going to put the 1x in it. And we're going to take the one that has the dot on the outside, and we're going to put it like this. So now we've made this cube that has a dot, a hole, 2 dots, 2 dots. And then next we're going to take another, not that one, this one. Another one that has the dot on the outside. And it looks like, okay, this is a single dot, but it has a dot on both sides. And then a single dot with just the dot on one side. So we're going to take this guy, so we're going to flip this upside down. We're going to put the hole on top. And then we're gonna put this guy. And then this single dot goes upside down. And then the double dot. All right, is that correct? No, it goes this way. All right, I'm just gonna kind of flatten this out as best I can. There we go. So on the first piece, the smooth, so we have a dot and then we had the hole. So the hole, that one's dots are over here. This piece we're adding to it, we need to line up the dots on the same side. So there's a little teeny lip right here, because this is the bottom dot and then this is the top. So we need to line these up. Okay. And now we need another one of these. And another single dot. The single dot is gonna fill in part of this space. And now this guy is gonna go on top. Let's kind of smush them down so they all line up. So now we have 4 dots, a single dot, 4 dots, and a single dot. Now we're going to take this piece, and this is going to stick onto it. All right, so now we have dots there, smooth. Now this piece, the first piece we ever made, is going to flip over. And this smooth piece is going to line up with this kind of indented part here. So now we have this. So this is definitely starting to look like the inside of a cassette player. Next, we have a tall 1x2. And then we have a tall 1x2 that has 2 on top and 2 on the side. We're gonna flip the double one over, and we're gonna put the single one in it like that. So it looks like 2 pieces, but it's actually 1. And then next, we're gonna do that again. Nope, not that one. Here we are. And then, here we are. So we have the tall 1x2 with 2 dots, 1 set of dots, and then this short 1x2 that has dots on both sides. And we're gonna take the double dot, and it's gonna go on first. And then the single dot, and then the 2-sided dot. So now we have this. Now it is going to go right here. And the outside dots are going to go towards the bottom. So this is smooth so that there's nothing getting in the way for this piece to go on. So it's not actually finished, like a finished side like that is. It's just smooth so we can put another piece on. And now we need a corner piece. And then we need another one of those up and down pieces, but we need the one with the dot on the inside. So it goes here. And then this guy, this corner, is going to go across these 3 dots. And now we got something holding those 2 pieces together. I like it when we get cross pieces so that we have more stability. Now we need a tall 1x4. We need a short 1x4 and a short 1x2. Another one. This one. So, oh, our 1x2 is going to fit in here. There's nothing to hold it in place. It's just going to hang out there until we put this piece on. So that just filled in the gap. And then we're going to put this piece on. So now this is all level. So this is what we got going here. So this is really starting to look like a cassette player. Now we need another one of these that has dots on 2 sides. And then another 1x2. And we're filling in this gap here. So we're going to put the 1x2 on. Then we're going to put the 2-sided dots on. Alright, now we're going to do something a little crazy here. So we're going to take a 1x8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to take 8 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these dots with the dot on the side. And we're going to line them up on here. All go in the same direction. Okay. So that is this piece here. Now, let's see. We need 2 of these pieces. They look like benches or carnival rides. And then we need 2 of these curved pieces. They're smooth, they just have holes in them. And those are going to go on this side where we added all these dots. So we got a carnival bench. The open side is going to face this smooth part. And then we're going to do 2 of the curved pieces. And then the other, oh no, lost it. And then the other bench. So this is possibly going to be like the door, because these are usually used as hinges. So now this piece is going to go on here where we have all of these dots. And this is the smooth piece, and there's all these holes, so they're just going to line up. So there we go. So that definitely looks like where the door is going to be. So now we're starting to get a box, basically. We're still open on this end, but I'm sure that's going to be next. Now we're going to take a 1x4 and then 3 of these 1x2s that have this extra little bit on them. right, so these are gonna go on top. So one goes in the middle and then one on each end. Like this. And then next we're gonna take 2 of these 2x6s. We're gonna stack those on top of each other. And they're gonna stack on top of here, like this. And then next, we're gonna take 2 of these pieces. So these are 3x3s. They've got kind of a little divot on them. And then we need a 1x6. So the 1x6 is gonna go on the back. So that we're making space here. And then these are just gonna go on here. So there and there. And this guy goes on the back. Alright, so this is what we have going here. Oh, that was all scuffed up. That's alright. That's what we got going there now. So it doesn't really want to sit because this piece is so small. The reason that is there because it's going to go here. So now we're going to take this whole piece. This dot is going to go on this dot. This dot's going to go on this one. There we are. So now we've closed up that whole end. There's a bit of a lip here, so obviously we still have to make the door. They keep showing it standing up, so we'll make it stand up. Alright, now we're going to start with gray pieces. So let's just put that to there. So we need one 1x1 with a hole in it. And then we need a 1x1 with a little lip on it. Now we need 3 of those. My bad. So 1, 2, a 3. And these have a hole in the back as well. I don't think I've ever actually used that piece, but there we are. And then we need this one that has the like ribbing on it. It's a 1x2. Got horizontal there and vertical there. So the vertical is what's going to go forward. And it's going to go on top of 2 of these. And it looks like it has feet. So we got the vertical ribs on the front where the 2 dots are. And the horizontal ribs on the back where the holes are. And then on top, on my left, we're going to put the other one with the divot. And on my right, we're going to put the one with the hole. Just kind of flatten it out a little bit. Now next, we need this smooth little square. And then we need a smooth, oh, here it is. It's basically a 1x2, but it's got like some indentions here. So that's going to go at the bottom. And then this guy goes here. So now it looks less like a robot. Now we need this tall guy. So it's a 1x1, but it's super tall. It's going to go here. And then we need a 1x3 here, and then a smooth 1x3. So this goes here. This goes on top of it. And this goes here. So now we got this going on. Now we're going to turn it around. And we're going to do a gray. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. A 1x1 that has a dot on both sides. A 1x2 with dots on both sides. and then a tall 1x3. So we're gonna go here. So since these are two separate pieces, we're gonna put the 1x2 there. And then the 1x1 is gonna go here. No, it's not. Come back. And we're gonna straighten those up, and then we're gonna put this guy on top. All right, so this is what we have now. Next, we're gonna take a dot, two 1x2s, and another one with the hole and another one with the foot. We're gonna stack the 1x2s. And then on my left, we're gonna put the one with the hole. And on my right, we're gonna put the one with the foot. And then the square is gonna go on the foot. Okay, and then we're gonna do that again. So this time we're just gonna use a smooth one, no hole. And then another foot. And once again, the foot is gonna go top of the other foot. The plain one is gonna go on top of the one with the hole. And then we're gonna put the square. There we are. Now we need a vertical 1x that has 2 dots on the side. It's got a little divot there, so it looks like it's 2 pieces, but it's not. And then we also need another single dot with a dot on the side. And the double is gonna go on top of the single. And then we're gonna take a 1x3 smooth, and it's gonna go on top of all of those. There we are. Now these pieces are gonna go on top of here. So this one that we built, the 1x2, is gonna go on my right. The 1x1 is on my left. And then we're gonna cap it off with a 1x3. So now we have all of that. So lots of little pieces here. These do somewhat look silvery versus gray, I guess. All right, now. So we're gonna look on the back here, and we have 2, 2, and 2, and here we have 2, 2, and 2. So these two are obviously gonna go down here. So there is our top. So these look like our buttons. And I'm guessing one of these is probably gonna be our headphones, and one's gonna be like an antenna. No, there's just one headphone. All right, now we're gonna stand this back up because this is the side, I guess, for right now. And on the top, we need 2 of these smooth angles, 1 smooth corner, and then an orange 1x2. So if we see here, we're gonna put the square right behind the gray. And then we're gonna put an angle here and an angle here. And then our orange dot is double dot's gonna go there. That really stands out. That is very bright. Now we need a silver 1x3, a blue smooth 1x3, and then this blue 1x3 that has 2 dots on the top. So the gray or the silver one's gonna go here. And then this silver one goes over here, or this blue one, I mean, and then this blue one here. So now we're starting to get a nice finished spot here. Next, we need a dot. So this dot. And then we need this orange piece that has the two kind of divotty looking things in it. So this orange piece goes on top of this orange piece. And we're gonna put the dot here. That's not correct. Well, maybe that's not the right dot. Is there another dot? Here's another dot. Maybe this dot will fit. All right, these dots don't fit. Maybe it's not a dot. Maybe it's one of these. Maybe I'm supposed to put one of these on there. It doesn't really... Here's what it looks like. Kind of looks like a dot, kind of looks like a donut. So we're going to go with maybe it's a donut because the dots don't fit. So we're going to pull one of these off. It's a donut. There we go. Alright, I don't know why we have 4 donuts, but we're just going to put those for the side for now. Next, we need a blue 1x6. And then these 2 pieces. Alright, so these 2 pieces are going to be the other part of our hinge. So it's 2x2 there, and then our hingey part here. And we're going to take this piece, we're going to put our hinges like this. Nope, not like that. Our hinges go this way. So the hingey part is going to go along the longer side. Like that. Then next, we're going to take these 1x6s. We're going to put those here. After that, we're going to take another 1x6. 2 1x2s, and then these 2 2x6 smooth pieces. These pieces are going to attach here. So we're going to do that first. And then underneath there is going to be this guy. And then these are going to fill in this space. So here's what it looks like on the top. And then here's what it looks like on the bottom. And then we're going to take these 2x4s and we're going to cover up the rest of these dots. So now our top is nice and smooth. In a real Walkman, it would have a clear piece here so you could see how empty your tape was. So now we're going to pop that on. So here's our hinges and our other part of our hinge. So we're going to get in there. Alright, so it's smooth on the bottom, like level on the bottom. But there's a gap here. Guess that's supposed to be there. And this is a little bit, when I pushed it down to snap it in, it made it a little bit uneven, but you can pull it up so that it's even there. So this is what we've got going on now. So this is basically our whole Walkman. So we're just gonna put it aside. So it looks like now we're gonna build the cassette. So we need a black 1x6, 2 black 1x1s, these two white pieces and this ribbed clear piece. So we're gonna put the vertical lines to my left, it looks like. And then the white pieces on each side with the holes facing out. And then the other two black pieces. So this is what we have now. So we have the the horizontal lines are to my right. The vertical lines are to my left. Now we're going to take two 1x6s, put those on top of each other, and put that on the top. So that definitely looks like a cassette tape. If we stopped right there, it would still look like a cassette. Now we're going to take this 1x4 orange, two 1x1s, single dots, this little grate piece, and then two of these smooth 1x2s. So the little grate's gonna go in the middle. The 1x2s are gonna go on the end, and then the single dots will go under there. Like that. And then this whole thing is gonna go on here. So that definitely looks like a cassette tape. And then we're gonna open our door and we're gonna pop that in there, just like that. And, well, it doesn't come out easy, but you can pop that back out. And we'll close the door. All right, so we're most of the way done with that. Now, we gotta build our headphones. So we're gonna do this part twice. We got two circles, and we have 2, 4, 6, 8 of these. So these kind of pie pieces are gonna go under the bottom. Times 2. All right, so there we go. These are the beginning of our headphones. Next, we need 4 of these silver 1x2s, and we need 4 angles. So let me put the angles that match together, just so that when we're snapping them on, we'll have the right angle in the right place. So we need 4 left angles and 4 right angles. And we're gonna take this 1x2 and we're gonna put 1 of each. As long as it has 2 different angles, it does not matter where they're going, because you can turn them over. Okay. So now we got 4 of these. We're gonna take one of these guys and we're gonna put these on here. We're gonna put the wide side to the inside. Go. Now we're gonna do this again twice. So we got these orange pieces here, and then these orange pieces All right, and then we need... Okay. Well, I take that back. Looks like we're only going to do this for one. So one, we're going to use this double dot silver piece. And then we're going to use both of these that have a dot and a clamp. So we're going to put the dot and clamp piece on the top with the clamp towards the outside and the dot towards the inside. And then on the bottom down here, we're going to put these two dots facing out. Nope, did that wrong. Let's pop these back off. Oop, okay, so this circle needs to go in, and then we can put these on. And then this piece goes across all of them. Let's kind of straighten that up a little bit. So now we have this. All right, now we need one of these kind of booby looking pieces. And a silver. Okay, here we go. It's a 1x2 on the back, 1x1 on the front. Just making sure it hasn't decided it's low on battery or something. And then this little cone. So the cone goes on the 1x2, and then the 1x2 goes on the bottom. This is probably going to be where the cord goes. And then this thing, this piece sticking out of the back here is going to go in here. So it just kind of snaps on like that. So now it looks like a shield. So I'm going to set that one aside. Now we're going to go to this one. This one also gets that and that. And then two of these and a 1x2. So this one gets a smooth or a single 1x2. It doesn't get the one with the dots. Go there, there. So this one is not going to have a cord like the other one did. So there. And now this time, we're just going to use the booby piece, and it's going to go right there. There we are. Next, we need two of these. These are interesting. These look like these could be car parts. So we need two of those. And then we need two of these. So these are hinges. They have like the stick part of the hinge. And we're gonna take this. So this is kind of at an angle, so we'll call this the top and this the bottom. The bottom is going to snap onto this 1x2 here. Now on the next page, okay, we need these two pieces. And this, so this is the bottom, this is the top. This square is going to attach to the top of both of them. And then we're going to put this underneath. So there's the bottom, and there's the top. Now we're going to take two more of these. I'll move these out of the way a minute. And then we need two with the claws, two with the arms. And now we're going to turn them over. So we're now going to make the bottom the top. And we're we're going to put a claw on the bottom. And we're going to put an arm on the top. So, claw on the bottom, arm on the top. All right. And now, we're going to go back over to these. So we're going to start with the one that's going to have the antenna. We're going to take this guy and we're going to put this bar in here. Somehow we are. Okay, there we are. All right, so it's starting to look more and more like headphones. And we're going to spin this around and we're going to put another one of these on here. So there we go. So now we've got this attached. All right, now we're going to go over to this guy, and he's also going to get an antenna, and then we're going to spin it, or not an antenna, a piece of the headphone, and then we're going to spin it around, and we're going to put this guy on here. I'm glad they put this extra piece on here, because I love stability. So now we've got nice stable part there. Now, this guy is going to attach to the top. So, here and here. All right, so now we have headphones. Those really do look like 1980s headphones. 1980s headphones were pretty bad. Maybe early 90s. All right, now we're gonna take one of these kind of bendy wire looking things. We're gonna put a dot on both ends. All right. Okay, so now we put a dot on both ends. Now we're gonna take the other two and we're gonna just attach one to each end. So now we have this. So here's our cord. Okay, so it looks like one end of our cord goes on here. And then the other end of our cord goes on here. All right, so we got some extra pieces here as per usual. But here are our headphones and our tape deck. I don't know what all this is. I guess this represents more buttons. And then here's our tape. So I don't know. It looks cool. I don't know that I like these headphones now that they're together. They do move, which is cool. I bet if you had like a American Girl doll or a like Walmart's My Life doll, this might actually fit. At least maybe not like fit the doll to actually put it on it, but like as a prop. You could put this with the doll as a prop. But it's all right. It's cool. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. Like this looks a little more finished in the picture. I mean, they could have, you know, fixed the picture versus this, but I do like it. I like that this is very flexible, like a real one would be, and that the tape comes out. So that's cool. But yeah, I think it was definitely a good build. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was a good build. Maybe not the best build ever, but it is good. So thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please give me a like. My channel is growing very, very slow. I would like it to grow a little bit faster. And thanks for watching. Come back next week for another build video. Bye!